In June of 1994, a 13-year-old boy vanished from his neighborhood in San Antonio, Texas. 3 years later, he was found alive in Spain. But the boy who came home wasn't the same. And that's because he wasn't Nicholas Barclay at all. This is one of the strangest cases of identity fraud and possible family deception ever recorded. Hi, welcome back to Operdillo Studio, where we talk about mysterious disappearance and unsolved cold cases across the world. Today's case is not a normal missing persons case and has a twist that seems too surprising to possibly be true. And yet it is. Nicholas Barclay was born on December 31st, 1980, the youngest of 3 children. He grew up in San Antonio, Texas. Early on, his life appeared typical. But by the time he reached his early teens, trouble followed him everywhere. He fought with his mother. He skipped school. He threatened teachers. He stole from stores. And he even broke into a convenience shop. By 13, he already had a juvenile record. He'd been diagnosed with attention deficit disorder, and his behavior required constant supervision. His mother, overwhelmed, asked his older brother Jason to move back home to help. Then came June 13th, 1994. Nicholas called home asking for a ride after playing basketball. Jason answered. He refused to wake their mother and told Nicholas to walk home. But Nicholas never made it back. Because of Nicholas's history, many assumed he had run away. There was even a court hearing scheduled the next day that might have sent him to a rehabilitation facility. Running away seemed plausible, but days turned into weeks. Weeks turned into months. 3 months after Nicholas disappeared, Jason made a strange call to police. He claimed he heard Nicholas breaking into the family garage. Officers responded, but there were no signs of forced entry. No footprints. No evidence at all. Years passed. The family slowly accepted a painful possibility. Nicholas might never come home. Until 1997, 3 years after vanishing, the Barclay family received shocking news. Nicholas had been found alive in Linares, Spain. Authorities claimed he had been kidnapped by a child trafficking ring and taken across Europe. He had allegedly been forced to speak only French and suffered abuse during captivity. His sister Carrie flew to Spain to bring him home. But something felt off. The boy kept his hat low over his face. He wore sunglasses. He avoided eye contact. Still, Carrie insisted it was him. He claimed trauma had erased much of his memory. When shown family photos, he hesitated, but managed to identify most relatives correctly. Spanish authorities tested him with additional photographs. He made only one mistake. That was enough. He was cleared to return to Texas. When Nicholas came home, obvious differences were impossible to ignore. Nicholas had been blonde with blue eyes. This young man had dark hair and brown eyes. He spoke with a heavy French accent. His explanation? His captors altered his appearance to disguise him. The family accepted it. They wanted it to be true. Investigators voiced concerns. The family told them to close the case. Then, a film crew arrived. A documentary team began filming the family's reunion story, later becoming the Netflix film The Impostor. Working alongside them was a private investigator. He studied photographs of Nicholas before the disappearance. Then he studied the returned boy. He focused on the ears. Ears don't change over time. They didn't match. Authorities obtained fingerprints and DNA. In February 1998, the truth surfaced. The The boy living with the Barclays was not Nicholas. He was a 23-year-old French con artist named Frédéric Bourdin, known as the Chameleon. He had assumed over 500 identities across Europe, and somehow he convinced a grieving American family he was their missing child. Bourdin later admitted everything in court. He pleaded guilty to passport fraud and perjury. He was sentenced to 6 years in prison. But even after the confession, the Barclay family struggled to accept reality, which raised a chilling question. How could they not know? Bourdin later made an explosive claim. He said Carrie helped him. He alleged she fed him information about family members. He claimed she coached him before the identification tests. And then there was Jason. Bourdin said Jason never believed him. The only thing Jason reportedly said upon meeting him was, "Good luck." That strange phone call months after Nicholas vanished resurfaced in discussions. Investigators note that false sightings and staged activity are sometimes reported in cases involving homicide, an attempt to create the illusion that the victim is still alive. Before authorities could investigate Jason further, he died of a drug overdose. He had struggled with cocaine addiction for years. No charges were ever filed. No body was ever found. And the real Nicholas Barclay has never been located. Was this an extraordinary case of manipulation by a master con artist? Or did a grieving family choose to believe a lie to hide a darker truth? One boy vanished. Another appeared. And the truth may be buried somewhere in between. That's all for now, and thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and also subscribe to Apardillo Studio for more exciting contents. See you next time.